Welcome to another adventure with Getting Lost. Today we are doing part 2 of our Kent Ridge Park adventure. But before that, look at this plant. This is my hand. My hands are quite big. And this leaf is even bigger than my hand. Whoa. That's a very big leafed tree. Anyway, we're actually back at Hort Park near the greenhouses. Okay, and we're actually heading towards the Canopy Walk at Kent Ridge Park. So over here is just a nursery where the Hort Park keeps all their plants, I guess. And we're going to head here, this direction here, to get to Kent Ridge Park. So there's just a small little pathway here. And we'll just keep walking up and towards your left here. This is already the park itself. Yes, the park is somewhere in there. The truth is out there. Anyway, so I walked up the pathway, this way, that way, this way, circular like a snake. And this way up again, and curling again, all the way up there. And yep, if I zoom in, okay, let me show you. If I zoom in, you can see there's actually some metal railings there. So that's where we're heading to. Metal railing, top of mountain area. Yeah, that's where we're heading to. So we're almost there. As you can see now, we're actually under the Canopy Walk. From the Canopy Walk, we will actually have a very nice view of the area. This hill we are climbing up now is actually called Bukit Chandu, alternatively known as Opium Hill. It was actually named after the opium processing factory owned by the British East India Company that was at the foothills of this hill until 1910. To relive the history of World War II, there's actually a museum located at the top of this hill called Reflections Bukit Chandu, and it's actually located at one end of the Canopy Walk. And in this museum itself, there are some interactive displays, okay, like movies, some interesting things for you to have a look at, World War II related. And during the 12th and 14th of February 1942, this place was the site of the Battle of Bukit Chandu, which was one of the fiercest battles in Singapore, which was fought by the 159 survivors of the Malay Regiment led by Lieutenant Adnan bin Said against 13,000 men of Lieutenant General Mutaguchi Renya of the 18th Division. The Malay Regiment's position on the hill was overrun by the Japanese, and the battle ended in hand-to-hand combat after the last few defenders ran out of ammunition. These statues and the plaque actually commemorates the last stand of the Malay Regiment, and below there in the car park, that's actually the exact location where the massacre happened. There used to be 2 bungalows at the bottom there, but the bungalows itself was demolished to make way for a car park. Anyway, after the museum, we can start on our Canopy Walk, which is a 280 meter canopy walk. It's not as long as the forest walk that we've been previously, but one thing different is of course the view. We are looking at different parts of Singapore. As per the forest walk, you're actually walking in the canopy itself, and you can actually see like flowers, buds, different things that happens in the canopy. You can even see animals, but unfortunately at this time when I came, It was before the thunders, before some bad weather, so all the animals were hiding. But not the humans. The humans were all busy around, walking around. And look at this plant here. This is actually a creeper plant. They actually wrapped around this tree from the bottom there all the way to the top here. And there are actually a lot of examples of such plants and trees that actually have a symbiotic relationship together. And if you look over there, there are actually some HDB or condominiums at the area there. If I'm not mistaken, that area could be Alexandria area or Queenstown area. Okay, let's continue walking. As you can see, you have the view of the canopy. You can find out what's happening in the canopy, because previously, before the canopy walk, we will all be walking at the bottom, at the trunk there, so we do not know what happens on top, but now we do. Oh, look, from the view here we can see Interlace, which is another condominium with a very unique architectural design. And look at the sky. Over there is a Normanton Park condominium. This is at the beginning part of the Kent Ridge Park. Like I told you, at the bottom there is the nursery, and we're in some kind of a valley in front here. And then over there is, like I said earlier, probably Queenstown or Alexandria area. This is the AIA building. I think it's most probably Queenstown area. One thing different about the canopy walk is that there are actually seating areas and actually covered areas where you can actually take a rest. Whereas on the forest walk itself, there is no place for you to sit down. It's just a walk all the way through. And as per usual, I'm going to have a look at the down at the bottom there. So those people who are afraid of heights, please don't look at this. And as you can see, this area here is quite nicely forested. Not much view to be seen, except if you look over here, you can see that there was actually a landslide here, and there's actually an opening. So I think actually the tree may have actually fell through and actually broke through all the little trees. That's why there's an opening. So it's very important for you to be careful of landslides in this, especially in hilly areas. And because we're in a tropical country, there's lots of rain, so landslides are actually a big problem if you do not take care of the land itself. Anyway, I need to put in a notice here. From the 8th of January 2018 to the 30th of March 2018, the canopy walk will be closed for maintenance work. So, during this period, I'm the only one that has footage of the place for 3 months. Yeah! So anybody who wants to know about the canopy walk will have to watch my video. We have actually reached the top of the Kent Ridge Park. And as you can see, the top here, what they did was they actually did a lot of planting. They actually planted a lot of trees, a lot of Tembusu trees. Tembusu trees is one of those rainforest trees that we have around the island, but they actually planted more here on the top of the ridge itself. So along this whole row here, we'll be walking through like a grove full of trees. At the bottom there's a fern, but then with a lot of trees planted all around us. So we just walk through quietly and let's see what we can hear. or see. And if you try to look through the trees, you can actually see Pasir Panjang, the port where the container ships all come in to actually unload and load their containers. And if we keep walking down here, what do we see? We can see there's actually a small little gazebo over there where you can actually rest and take a break after your long climb up here and subsequent walk across the Canopy Walk, which, like I said, will be closed for 3 months from 8th of January to 30th of March. Anyway, look at the trees here. Some of the trees actually grew quite well here. So we're just walking and we are going to exit the grove soon. Let's just keep walking along the top of the ridge itself. And towards your left, there's actually a pathway heading up. If you walk along this pathway, you will actually reach to the highest point on Kent Ridge Park. So just keep walking. Shall we go up there and have a look? Why not? And we can just have a nice look at the area here. Let's go up. On top here is of course another gazebo. But if you turn around, what you see is the Pasir Panjang container port. And further up there will be the islands. You know, the islands outside of Singapore. Some of those islands. But mainly you can see the container port and then the houses and the residents before the hill itself. So on the right side here, okay, if you keep walking down, there's a car park, and then of course over here is actually the exercise area. But we're not gonna go to do some exercise. We really walk all the way up here. I think we have enough exercise. Anyway, you can also have a view of the container park here again. The port, the container port. And further up there are more buildings. So here we are again. We have walked the Canopy Walk, and that side is Hot Park, and that side is Car Park A. If you remember, Car Park A was where you were walking all the way up. Okay, so this road itself will take us to Car Park A and connect directly to where we stopped earlier. This road here itself. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me for my Kent Ridge Park adventure. This was interesting. I enjoyed it. Hope you like it too. And if you do, please like, share, and subscribe. Ask your friends to do the same thing. And don't forget to join me for my next adventure. Bye bye.